Welcome back to The Pulse, the show where we break down the biggest gaming stories that you need to know each and every week. From brutal co-op shooters to billion-euro industry shakeups, PlayStation finally breaking this tradition, and this week has got a lot going on. Let's jump straight into it. First up, Killing Floor 3 officially launched July 24th on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS. And is already shaping up to be one of the summer's hottest co-op shooters. Tripwire's going all in on the horror and gore, introducing Nightfall specialists, expanded weapon modding, and environmental traps that let you creatively dismantle waves of Zeds. We're talking crawlers, impalers, and some of the nastiest creatures designs we've seen in the franchise so far. The launch trailer made it clear this is a blood-drenched tactical challenge designed for squads that thrive in coordination and chaos. And the hype doesn't stop there. Tripwire also teased a 2026 content roadmap, hinting at the expansion and seasonal updates that could keep the game alive for years. If you and your friends are looking for a co-op experience that mixes horror with pure adrenaline, Killing Floor 3 is your new battleground. Have you jumped in yet, or are you waiting for the first wave of patches? Now let's talk about Wuchang Fallen Feathers. This is one of the most anticipated Souls-like launches of the year, and it hit Game Pass on July 24th. The result? A record-breaking 114,000 concurrent players on Steam, but also one of the most disastrous PC launches that we've seen in 2025. Despite the numbers, Steam reviews dropped to mostly negative, with only 20 to 30% positive out of 16,000 reviews. The culprit? Severe performance issues. Players reported everything from framing stuttering to poor GPU utilization, to frequent crashes. Even on rigs that should be able to handle the game easily struggle to keep up. Console players weren't spared either, with sub-60 performance at 60Hz and ugly screen tearing at 120Hz. The devs themselves admitted that, quote, one of the worst PC launches of the year, and they quickly pushed patches 1.3 to stabilize things. To make amends, they gave Steam players free digital soundtracks and promised deluxe edition buyers exclusive DLCs. Here's the twist: despite the rocky start, the core gameplay is being praised. Many are calling it brutal but rewarding Souls-like, with combat drawing comparisons to Dark Souls and Elden Ring. Polygon even raised concern that this mess could push the community into true Souls-like fatigue. But with Twitch keeping the game visible, the question is, can Wuchang recover, or is it destined to be another cautionary tale? Techland has officially delayed Dying Light: The Beast. The game was set to drop August 22nd, but now has been pushed back to September 19, 2025. The devs say they need more time for polish, tweaking gameplay balance, tightening up the physics, refining the UI, and even reanimating cutscenes to make the final product shine. Their message was clear, quote, a strong first impression is vital for this franchise, and they're putting their money where their mouth is. Ultimate Edition owners of Dying Light 2 will get Beast at no extra cost when it launches. There's also a Gamescom 2025 demo plan, so fans can try it before the release. But here's the catch: the new date puts it dangerously close to Borderlands 4, one of the year's biggest launches. Could Techland's decision end up burying their own game under the Borderlands hype cycle? Time will tell. Over in Europe, Ubisoft has made one of the biggest financial moves of 2025. On July 27th, they announced a €4 billion subsidiary consolidating their most iconic franchises. Think Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and more. Tencent now owns a 25% stake in the venture, which analysts believe will supercharge Ubisoft's push for cross-media projects and live service content. It's also a clear signal that Ubisoft is stepping firmly into post-layoff growth mode. After years of restructuring, the company seems ready to refocus and scale up again. And with Tencent's on board, we could see deeper collaborations and faster expansions into global markets. This is a massive pivot, and it could redefine what Ubisoft looks like over the next decade. Speaking of big pivots, Sony is breaking tradition. A new job listing for a senior director role has revealed that PlayStation Studios is preparing to expand beyond PlayStation hardware. That means legendary exclusives like God of War and The Last of Us could eventually land on Xbox, Nintendo, Steam, and even mobile. The listing specifically mentioned maximizing profits across all platforms, echoing multi-platform approach like Microsoft has taken. Analysts expect we'll see the shift start to materialize around 2026. For Sony, this isn't just a big strategy update. It's a fundamental change to how the company defines itself. If PlayStation titles truly go multi-platform, the console wars as we know it might not look the same again. And that brings us to a history-making announcement. On August 26, Helldivers 2 officially launches on Xbox Series XS, making it the very first PlayStation-published title to land on Xbox. The game will support full cross-platform between PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox, meaning no more split communities. Players can choose between Standard and Super Citizen editions, and the live service roadmap already extends well into 2026. For Sony, this is more than just a new platform launch. It's a statement. Helldivers 2 is paving the way for a multi-platform future, and if the experiment succeeds, it won't be the last. Finally, some big news in the RPG space. On July 26, KRAFTON officially acquired 11th Hour Games, the studio behind the hit ARPG Last Epoch. It's a huge move that expands KRAFTON's RPG and live service catalog, while leaving 11th Hour in control of the creative leadership. Growing from early access into a polished full release with a dedicated community, Last Epoch has been one of 2025's biggest indie success stories. Analysts say this puts KRAFTON on a path that's similar to Tencent, consolidating successful mid-tier studios to expand reach. Fans are cautiously optimistic, excited for more resources but wary of potential monetary changes. And that's a wrap for this week's Pulse. 7 massive stories. The Killing Floor 3 bloody debut, Sony shaking up the industry, to KRAFTON locking down the Last Epoch. Which do you think will have the biggest impact? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and always plug in, catch up, and game on.